Hi guys, Jay Smith here, welcome to AskGolfNut channel. Welcome to the full review of the Mizuno JPX 925 Hot Metal Pro. The Hot Metal Pro is the smaller version of its bigger brother, the Hot Metal. The big difference between them is just purely that, it's the size. The top lines are thinner than the Hot Metal. The sole thicknesses, again, are slightly smaller than the Hot Metal. Blade lengths are slightly smaller, and more importantly, down by the golf ball, the offset is much smaller. It much more looks like a player's iron than it does a game improvement, although it has all the help of the game improvement side of things. All the Hot Metal technology is packed in there. I'll talk about tech in a sec. I have got this in the 579, the gap wedge. I'll be doing gap tests on these irons as well. Very quickly, inside this head you have a multi-material. It's now got tungsten in there to try and take the center of gravity as low as it possibly can do. The two parts of the head is made, so you've got the hosel and the face made in two parts to the back. The reason for that is they can get to the back of the face and mill it out, and have now got an elliptical area run between low heel and high toe. Forgiveness. This is no more distance. These are very same lofted as the old ones. There's hardly any difference whatsoever. Mizuno are not saying that these are going to go 400 miles further. They are saying they're just going to be a little bit more forgiving. There we go. Let's go hit it into the same hole that I just did the Hot Metal video on for continuity purposes. 192 yards, and I've got to carry a tree, as you can see. I did hit it once in the Hot Metal video, so let's try not hit it again. Let's go see if I've got rid of the toes, because again today I've been hitting toe shots. So down by the golf ball, I prefer this one straight away because it does look much nicer. That's so safe. 192 yards away, I am taking that all day long. I mean, that's a decent hit, I must say. Club path is 0, 0.7 across, and face is 0 as well. Again, I'll take that any day of the week. And the best part of this whole thing, 3 mil toe, 2 mil high, is a middle strike. I'll take that one, I'm happy, because I've been towing it like mad. 36 yards in the air, 47.2 degrees of center angle. As you saw, at 185 yards, it stopped. Mizuno saying that the sound, we've got sound bars at the back. We've still got the sound ribs on the underside of the top line. Everything on this golf club is to try and make it sound in a certain way. Now, the JPX 923 Hot Metal series were already one of, if not the quietest game improvement irons on the market. Again, Mizuno have this, nothing feels like a Mizuno. They want a golf club to feel or sound a certain way. But my little ears, I can't tell no difference, I'll be honest. No toes, please. And I just towed it. Is it gonna get over the tree? Just, oh, that's a really good shot considering that was horrific, like bad. Right, club path 0.2, face to path 0.4. My swing's fine. It's 14 mil toe. Yeah, 2 mil high. 14 mil toe. I am having a bad day. 35 yards in the air and 47 degrees of center angle, 181 yards, but look at that efficiency. 1.38. Mizuno are saying that these are the most forgiving irons I think they've ever made. Well, on that idea, I would say absolutely that they are right. I reckon 1.4 on this golf club is basically maxed out. And efficiency is the same as smash factor. For the people that aren't used to camera-based and radar-based trackman and stuff, it's smash factor, same thing. But that's really quite good. Well, the strike wasn't, but yeah. Now, you could feel it. Absolutely, as soon as you hit it, you could feel it. And that's the good thing, I guess, with making golf clubs sound a certain way. As soon as you make a golf club sound firecracky, then you take away some of the feedback of where you hit it, because it's just such a noisy experience. You don't, get the nuances of strike. You can feel exactly where you hit it on one of these, which is fairly uncommon for a game improvement iron. They can get a little bit numb. Right, let's go have another go. Heel J. Well, it's all right. I can't complain at that at all. Missing the tree, it's just, for 190 yards, it's just brilliant. Path is 0.2 across, face is 1 open, not bad. 2 mil toe, 1 mil low, that's as close as I've got today to hitting the middle of anything. 36 yards in the air, 48 degrees descent angle, working exceptionally well. 181 carry, 1.4 efficiency, just really good. That's basically maxed out. I'm not going to get any more than 1.4, and you can see just how well it works. And when you don't hit the middle, it's that classic, how much does it drop off? Now, I'll be doing full forgiveness testing of this golf club where I whack it all over the face, not just commonly toe and stuff, where to see how well it works when you don't hit the middle, because that's the true identifier of forgiveness. How much ball speed drop off are you going to get when you hit parts of the face that you shouldn't? And of course, the most important thing, one more shot after this, the 70, 80 and 90 mile an hour swing speed testing that I will do to see how well this works in different golfers' hands at different speeds. Like last one, and then we're going to go see how well it works at all different speeds. I can't complain, I'm over the tree, it's on the green, at 190, you're just winning. Path is 0, 0.0, face is 0.7 close, that's why it's going a little bit left, and then 5 mil toe, 5 mil low, that is within reason, fine. I will take that all day of the week. 37 yards in the air, 48 degrees descent angle, 183, working exceptionally well. It is going to be my favorite. Yes, it will be, because it's the smallest one. It's one that looks more like a player's iron, but it still does give you the help when you don't quite hit the middle. Right, let's go hit it a load of times all around the face for forgiveness testing. Let's do the gap testing as well, see how consistent it is. And also the all important 3 different swing speeds, 70, 80 and 90 miles an hour, to see how the JPX 925 Hot Metal Pro gets on. So let's go have a quick look at how they perform at different swing speeds. So I've got the red, the yellow and the blue is the 70, 80 and 90 mile an hour swing speeds. I'll do the club head data in a sec, but if you look at the ball data on there, 98.3, 111.6, 125, so you can see there's a jump. Obviously there will be as soon as you start adding swing speed. But if you look at the carry, 137, 162, 183, peak height 21, 29, 38. The problem is you can see with the red already with 21 yards in the air and 38.4 degrees descent angle and a 7-iron point of view. This is obviously for you guys in custom fitting. You will be using 7-irons as a part obviously of your fitting process. If you swing at 70 miles an hour and below, and again this is at my delivery, and of course if you deliver a little bit more loft in your delivery, then there's a chance that these might be a little bit more functional, but we are talking it's minimal. 38.4 just doesn't cut the mustard on that one, unfortunately, and means you are going to be going into a green at 137 yards carry, and that means that's just going to skip out the back. This is the problem when it comes to a slower swing speed. That's why the HL was designed, and we'll go to that one in another video, but you can see if you've got a 70 mile an hour swing speed, it just does not work, and that means you have to transfer into some form of hybrid, or Mizuno do a new JPX 925 fly high, new direct long iron replacement, which is a hybrid, but in an iron length. You'd have to transfer to something like that, lower back further CG help. As soon as you go to a yellow, which is the 80 miles an hour, 162 yards, 29 yards in the air and 45 basically degrees descent angle, absolutely, we are now reaching within very small amounts the magic 45 degrees. Now at 45 you could absolutely have the conversation, 6-iron, drop 3 degrees or so, that will go to around 41, 42, and that's still functional. Again, not ideal, but definitely functional. So you could go to a 6-iron with this delivery at an 80 mile an hour swing speed. Obviously, as soon as you go to a 90 miles an hour swing speed, 183, 38 yards in the air and 49 degrees descent angle, you've got plenty of distance, you've got plenty of peak height, and you've got plenty descent angle. Actually, there's a problem. 183 yards at 90 miles an hour is actually a fraction too far. That's basically nearly, 19 yards longer than the carry for my 7-iron. And so, again, this is the issue with having 7-irons cranked really strong for the high swing speed player, not the medium swing speed, and obviously the issue going down too slow as well, that you go too fast, and 183, well, that's a lot, and this is at 90 miles an hour. If I swing 91, 92, my fully warmed up speed, that's probably 187, 188. That's really too far. And so you either have to have massive distance gap between each irons, because the loft gaps between the irons to get down to a sensible pitching wedge number is ridiculous, or you have a 40-degree pitching wedge and end up having about 17 trillion wedges. So this doesn't work. This is the only thing about having a high swing speed player with super game improvement distance irons. It just doesn't works. You have to be careful, and when it comes to your custom fitting, just be open about having a conversation about that. Let's go have a quick look at the club head speed. You can see there 70.4, 8.2 and 90.3, so within 0.2 of a mile an hour or 0.1 of either way, whichever you want to look at it. It's all within 10 miles an hour of each of them. Efficiency 1.4, 1.39, 1.39. Efficiency is a measure of bang for your buck, how much ball speed you get for your club head speed. And it's common to see a very slight reduction in efficiency the faster you go. Again, that's, you lose a little bit more the faster you go in sound and heat. And again, that's more physics, so I won't bore you with that. Tack angle is very, very close. Club path is very, very close within very small amounts. Face to path, again, tiny amounts, 0.2. And everything is within reason, a very small amount there. You've got loft between all three data sets is within 0.6 of a degree. And then strike, you can see on there as well. Gap test, let's go see how well the HMP, the Hot Metal Pro, gets on when I hit it. We've got the 5, 7, 9 and the gap. Of course, we've got transition in technology. We have got that tungsten, which you don't have in the 8 downwards. So it'd be interesting to see if there's a big gap between the 7 and the 9, etc. But this is all done at my semi-normal swing speed. So it's not going to be all done at 3 different swing speeds. That would take forever. But we've got the red, the yellow, the blue and the fuchsia, we'll call it, don't know. Down the bottom there was the gap wedge, but the 5 iron goes 206 yards, the 7 iron goes 184, so we've got a 22 yard gap between that. We've got the Hot Metal 9 going 158, which is 26. Yep, did my maths. 26, and then we've got the gap wedge going 28. So within a yard of moving around, there's, again, if you move the Hot Metal Pro 9 iron 1 yard less, and you've got you kind of got the idea. Basically, they're gapping perfectly fine. All is good on the gapping front. There's no problems with the transition of technology. The whole idea of manufacturers, not just Mizuno, but all manufacturers, make sure that they transition the technology in and around the 7 iron, because by the time you go to an 8, because you've got so much loft, so much deflection, by the time it goes from the 4 iron all the way down to 7, by the time it gets to 7 iron, you're already going to be at that kind of level where that help that you're getting from the 7 is nowhere near as apparent as you get from the 4, so it's already starting to bleed out through loft. So as soon as you go to an 8, there's generally speaking not that many problems. The swan song apparently of the JPX 925 Hot Metal series is just how forgiving it is. Mizuno are going, we don't care about distance anymore. We've basically made it like that with the 923. There's no point in pushing distance, because I don't feel they can honestly make it any faster without seriously messing up the iron. So they're now saying, like, okay, the middle is the middle's fast enough, we just need to make the rest of it as forgiving as we possibly can do. So it'd be really interesting to see how well it works from off-center hits. But to do that, first of all, we need to see how well it works out of the screws. I've got one here within 4mm, 4mm toe, 0mm low. Path and face are bang on 0.0, 0.0. Loft of 24.1, which is about a degree or so less loft, so we have to keep that in mind. 1.40, but it is not a plumb-on strike, so you kind of give one, take one away and stuff like that. At the end, efficiency is basically going to be between 1.39 and 1.40. The Hot Metal and the Hot Metal Pro is arguably exactly the same when it comes to efficiency. There's not much difference between them, if anything. So within reason, we're going to go for 1.39, 1.40 as the maxed out number. Let's go 17mm hill, 5mm low. Very heely, like very heely. Path is slightly cross, face is slightly closed, loft of 26 degrees, which is more obviously than the maxed out number, so we'll have to get 1.34. Now I think what everyone would agree, that's loft 0.05 to 0.06, depending on what we're going to be saying is the max out. But I would think everyone would agree that 22mm heel bias, gross heel bias strike is horrific. That is so close to a hosel rocket that you do not want to be hitting golf balls there. The fact that it's only lost 0.05 to 0.06 efficiency from there with more loft and stuff like that, it's just like the new Hot Metal series, because that elliptical part that they mill out in the back of the face runs low heel to high toe. So it's very good. Let's go 13mm heel, 2mm low. So that's still a heely shot. That is still a distinctly heely shot. Club half, face to path, very 0.0, and loft to 25.6, so a bit more normal to everything. It's still a degree and a half more than max, 1.36. So that's losing 0.03 to 0.04, depending on. From there, that's still 15mm gross off of middle with more loft. Like, yeah, wow. That was like, yeah. Right, let's go low on the face. 10mm low, 5mm toe. Again, path and face very 0-0. You can see why I try and keep delivery exactly the same, because obviously as soon as you add open face or close the face or anything else, like, you affect efficiency. And so I've got to try and deliver as best I can do. Loft to 24.6 and a very low and toe shot, 1.36. Wow. Like, wow, that is 0.03 to 0.4, 0.04 off of perfect. Now, this is the smallest iron of the lot. This is the most aesthetically pleasing. And the fact that Mizuno have focused just purely on forgiveness, because, again, the middle is fast enough. Guys, you really need to be tested, especially if you are golfers that do hit not quite the best shots. Yeah. Just try these. These are hilarious. Again, this is all measured by quad. Quad doesn't care. I just hit weird and wonderful shots, and it measures them, and it's got no bias. It doesn't care. It just chucks out information. That's why it's, yeah, impartial. So we've got one here, 11mm toe, 4mm low. Again, slightly low, but very much so toe. 15mm gross off of middle. Path and face is very 0-0, and loft to 24.8. 1.38. The amount of times that you're looking at this golf club wants to average about 183, give or take. Good shots, maybe go to 185 and stuff like that. And the amount of shots you can hit around the face, and they still want to go 183 or 184, 181, it is just hilarious. 1.38. So that's 15mm gross toe bias off of middle. And yeah, it's lost 0.01 to 0.02 from max. 22mm toe, 6mm low. We have found a point of where the old girl, she just cries. Now this is 28mm away from middle. This is not good, like really not good. But it's 1.32, so we've now lost 0.07 to 0.08. So we have dropped a bit now. Face and path are very within reason, 0-0, and loft to 25.8, so it is slightly obviously more lofter than the 24 point something degrees we had from max. So you have to make in but it's still, you can see here, because they've moved the center of gravity, the extreme toe shots are not quite as forgiving as 923. Again, I will be doing a full review on that one, comparison review, to showcase the differences between the old and new. So, as a conclusion, when it comes to the 923 Hot Metal Pro, it is my favorite when it comes to the looks of all of them, because it's the smallest top line, it has the smallest sole, it has the smallest blade length, and it has got the least offset of all of them. And so, because I'm a blade player, I like aesthetics. For the guys that do not care about aesthetics, well, they probably wouldn't opt for the Pro anyway. They'd probably go down the Hot Metal or the Hot Metal HL. But effectively, this is what the Pro's for. It's just for aesthetics, and it is my favorite of the lot. Feel-wise, oh my word, it is so ridiculously close to all three. It's still, the 925 has to be the softest feeling, quietest game improvement iron on the market. Absolutely, yes. And that started with 923, being honest. It was very much so focused on sound and stuff like this. When it comes to performance, it is a hair behind that of the Hot Metal because of size purely, but it works exceptionally well. Just be very wary if you're going to be ultra low on swing speed and also ultra fast on swing speed, because you've obviously got the problem with distance and the functionality of it, but anywhere in the middle will absolutely be fine. And then when it comes to forgiveness, wow, Mizuno, what have you done to this iron? It is just mental. You can hit this one and the Hot Metal as well from just some weird and wonderful spots. And I'm hitting shots and I'm thinking, cool, that felt bad. Looked at quad, yeah, that was not, wow. And then you look up and it's lost, wow, okay, not a lot. It is just very, very good for some very interesting parts of the face. So, hope you liked the video. If you did, go on, hit the like button, thumbs up, YouTube like, so do I. Down there is a subscribe button. It's free. It is great for the channel if you could subscribe, so thank you. And next to that is a bell icon. That's the notification bell. If you click that one, that will notify you next time I upload another video. So, hope you're well. We'll see you again soon.